Hey there, welcome to day 64 of our Let's Grow annual challenge. Today we are talking about spiritual growth, thoughts, and beliefs. I'm going to share 8 different ways you can get at and identify tools you could use to identify your personal thoughts and beliefs. And then we're going to take those, but let's talk about our action item first and foremost. Today, as we go about our day, we're going to notice our thoughts and beliefs around the area of spirituality as we defined it earlier just a couple of days ago. And then we're going to break it down and just put either an E for empowering or D for disempowering by those, just to get a feel for what is the general tone of the thoughts in our head, the things that we're thinking about when it comes to our spiritual growth and our spiritual beliefs and thoughts. So, for example, what are some empowering beliefs? Gratitude is a very empowering belief. So if I'm thinking grateful thoughts today, those get a little E by them. If I'm thinking self-acceptance and positive self-talk, positive thoughts, those get a little E. If I'm thinking and I'm being mindful and I'm being present and I'm participating in a positive and kind and spiritual way, those all get a big E because those thoughts and those behaviors are empowering. They're making me a better version of myself. And finally, another example would be compassion. Am I showing kindness and compassion and empathy and understanding toward other people, or am I judging and criticizing? Compassion, empathy, understanding, kindness, encouraging others, etc., would all be examples of thoughts and behaviors that are empowering. Now, how about disempowering? Disempowering thoughts or beliefs that we have might be fear of judgment or actually judging other people, right? Those would get a D because they're disempowering. They don't make us a better version of ourselves. They don't improve our spirituality and connection to others. They do just the opposite. Scarcity mindset is another example. Thoughts along the line of scarcity and having a scarcity mindset are disempowering, right? Nobody ever created what they wanted out of a scarcity mindset. Conditional love is another form of disempowering thoughts and beliefs. And there's lots of examples of that in the world. Separation, anything that separates us from other people, whether we think we're better than other people or we think that we're not as good as other people, both of those are disempowering types of thoughts. So what are some tools that we can use to identify our thoughts or get more in touch with and pay attention to them? Because when they're just running around in our subconscious as little subconscious programs, we do not notice them. We're not aware of them, yet they are controlling our decisions and our behaviors and our emotions all of the time. So we want to make sure that at least today we're paying attention purposefully to what those thoughts and beliefs are. Now remember, some of the beliefs that we have, the reason we have beliefs are just thoughts that we've thought a lot or often or had a lot of experiences that supported those thoughts and beliefs. And I like the 3-legged table analogy, and we'll talk about that some other day because that's a whole conversation. But we get a belief. I'm going to go into it. Look, I'm going to tell this story. Okay, I'm not going to. So what are the tools that we can use to be more aware of what our thoughts are on a conscious level? Because until we consciously become aware of something, we don't really ever change it. We don't ever change anything in our subconscious unless we do it on purpose. So one of my favorite tools is mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness meditation, meaning I'm being present and purposefully meditating and thinking about today, for example, spiritual growth, thoughts and beliefs. So I might set a timer, meditate for 5 minutes, and think only as much as humanly possible because our minds run in a million different directions. Meditation on my spiritual thoughts and beliefs. What are my spiritual thoughts and beliefs? Just think for 5 minutes. What even are they? When's the last time you thought consciously and became aware of, in the present moment, what your current spiritual beliefs are? Very few people, I think, do that. I mean, there's a percentage of the population that does, but there's also a much larger percentage of the population that thinks very little of anything outside of themselves. Another tool we can use, number 2, is journaling, writing things down. I've written things down most of my entire life, but a lot of people have never journaled before. It's a great activity to help us be more aware, more present, more mindful, more conscious of what we're thinking, what we're feeling, what's going on with us. The third tool we can use is self-reflection exercises. And you can just Google that if you want a specific one. But when a situation happens, it's often really good for us to take a deep breath and say, okay, what just happened there? Whether it's a good situation or a bad situation. If it's a good situation, appreciate it and revel in the awesome feelings that it provides and pack that away in your subconscious. If it's a bad thing, say, okay, what did I just learn from that? What can I do next time that would be a better way of thinking, speaking, behaving, and responding? Our fourth tool is seeking guidance. Sometimes we need help. Sometimes we need to ask somebody who's an expert or a trusted friend or advisor to give us some feedback and help us out and help us to more clearly understand spiritual things as well as any other area or aspect of our life. 5, we want to explore different spiritual traditions. One of the most interesting things we can study is other people's way of connecting to their higher power, connecting to what's important to them. And that is easy to do by studying different people's religions and traditions and exploring them with curiosity. 6, we can have a mindful awareness of our daily activities. When we are in the present moment, when we are paying attention and really being in the activity or the thoughts that we're having, we have a better way of behaving, usually, right? If we're consciously aware that we're being a jerk, then usually we immediately stop being a jerk. If we're being kind to someone on purpose and we're consciously aware of that, if we're mindful of that activity and awareness of our daily activities, it's just being in the present moment. Sum it right up. There we go. Number 7, reading spiritual literature. Reading literature about spirituality, other people's experiences. I love reading other people's stories of self-awareness and spirituality, etc. And then finally, number 8, cultivate curiosity and openness and open-mindedness more than anything, to be curious and understand how other people develop their personal spirituality. What thoughts and beliefs do they have around it? And it's not from a comparing or contrasting or judging way. It's just to be curious to learn more. So again, our action item today, pay attention to your spiritual thoughts today. Are they helping you to grow? Those are empowering spiritual thoughts and beliefs. Are they disempowering you? Because those will not help you grow. They will keep you stuck like a weed growing in the garden. So our story today is Audrey's story in Guide 2 of the Let's Grow Annual Challenge private Facebook group. There's a write-up about this topic, spiritual thoughts and beliefs, as well as a story of a woman explaining and going through how the thoughts and beliefs she held throughout her lifetime impacted her life experience. All right, that's all I've got today. Any questions, please just ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I will, of course, see you tomorrow.